Democratic Republic of Congo. So how many people own a cell phone, laptop, electric car, or jet? Who has a jet? Nobody. For all of you that own these items, you're part of the cobalt industry. And today I'm here to tell you about the people specifically in the Democratic Republic of Congo who suffer due to cobalt mining, which is in all the devices I just asked you about. First, I will tell you about what cobalt is and what we use it for. Second, how cobalt mining affects the people of Democratic Republic of Congo, and what is being done to help the people of the Democratic Republic of Congo. Before I go on, I'm not going to keep saying Democratic Republic of Congo. Yeah. So when you hear me say DRC, that's the term that I'm talking about.
Very good.
Moving on, Siddharth Kara, he's an author, activist, and expert on modern-day slavery. He actually went to the cobalt mines and witnessed it for himself. He quoted that 60% of the world's cobalt originates in the Congo, so as consumers of this product, this issue should be important to all of us. So now, let's look at what cobalt is. So cobalt is a hard metal used in lithium-ion rechargeable batteries. It's used in all of our electronic devices, like I said, electric cars, jet engines. And a lot of the times, cobalt is cheaper in the Congo because they don't invest in the workers, and the labor there is built on child labor and poor crusaders. Crusaders is a French term known as diggers. So as you can see, that's some of the cobalt mines. Now let's look at how cobalt mining affects the people of the DRC. First, they have to work in dangerous working conditions. Tatsy Frankel, he's an expertise reporter of the Washington Post, reported that estimated 100,000 cobalt miners in the Congo dig underground by hand. They go deep under these tunnels with these little plastic toy-like contraptions on their head, and they have no safety lessons, and a lot of them die due to unsafe practices. Next, unfair wages. So crusaders get paid 50 to 80 cents per day, and they're paid based on what they find. So if they work for a straight 24 hours and find nothing, they get paid nothing. They go home with nothing. And Siddharth Kara had quoted that an estimated market prices of cobalt have spiked 300% in the past 2 years, and none of that goes to them. They don't get increases in their pay. They don't get safe equipment. They don't see none of the proceeds that comes from the cobalt that they mine. Most importantly, child labor. This is horrible. However, Siddharth Kara, while he was there, said that while he was there, he witnessed at least 35,000 children working in the mines. And the very same government that's supposed to stop them from working in the mines extort them. So they'll have the children pay them a certain amount from what they earn that day so that they can continue to work in the mines. And a lot of them are forced to work to survive because their parents die from, health conditions or dying from mining accidents. As I mentioned, with their parents dying, obviously there are health risks. So a lot of the cobalt miners are known to have severe blood contamination, severe urine concentration, which means they have very high levels. DRC children born specifically to cobalt miners develop rare diseases only found in the Congo, and they're known to have increased risks of birth defects. On top of that, cobalt miners, they can have a lot of lung disease due to chronic exposure of hard metal. As you can already imagine, if people are dying, that means the environment is also suffering from cobalt mining. It is among the 10 most polluted areas in the world, and even people who decide not to contribute into cobalt mining, they're still affected because the fish in the area have high metal levels, as well as a lot of their livestock. Michelle Chen, a contributing writer on The Nation, wrote that, the forests are being destroyed by the spreading acid on the ground. So even if they were to find another source of living, like selling lumber or whatever they could possibly do, that's being destroyed by the cobalt mining as well. Moving on, what's being done to help the people of the DRC? Now this issue has been in the media limelight for probably the past 10 years. There are many organizations. These are the 4 that I'm naming. Amnesty International, Cobalt Children, the Center for Research of Multinational Corporations, which is also known as SOMO. These organizations fundraise, they send, like health clinics to help the kids there. But the most important thing that they're doing are lobbying to create laws. So they want to make the companies more aware and more responsible for where their cobalt is coming from. So they want to make a law where they have to employ a third party to make sure that their cobalt supply is clean and free of oppression and child labor. They also want to create laws. They also are lobbying to create laws so that the CEOs of these companies that extract from the Congo have to give at least 1% of their proceeds to them so that they can, invest into safe equipment and help and get health benefits and have education and the things that they need. I'd like to focus on Amnesty International. I feel as though they did a great researching. They did a great job giving me the information that I need. They kept track of the cobalt industry, and as consumers, they deliver updated reports to us. So when we go and we buy certain things, we know who we want to buy from and who's making this issue a priority. They reported that Apple and Samsung took adequate action in making sure that their cobalt supply is not coming from the Congo. Dell, Tesla, BMW, HP, and LG Chem, they're taking minimal action. And then Microsoft and other miscellaneous companies are failing to comply at all. They reported that even though these companies are taking action, it's still not enough. It's still, overlooked a lot. So as we close, today I told you what cobalt is, what we use it for, how it affects the people mining it, and what's being done to help them. All in all, whether you have an electronic device, a jet, electric car, whatever, just make sure you're mindful of where these devices begin. A lot of times we see the commercials, we see all the nice things about it, but we don't see where it actually starts from. Thank you.